This video features high-end, limited edition collectibles and is intended for adult collectors. Hey guys, welcome to Toy Chat. This is Max.
And Sang.
And this is another episode of Collector's Corner, our podcast where we discuss hot topics in the doll and toy industry centered on some of our favorite brands. We're doing back-to-back IT podcasts because Integrity Toys just had their online event for 2025. As we have been discussing, Integrity Toys is not going to be having a full in-person convention this year in 2025, but they are having a condensed in-person event for Poppy Parker, which we'll be discussing and down the line as well. But they had a online event called Le Cirque Cabaret.
Yes, so if you have watched our video coverage on Stay Tuned.
Stay Tuned was like the reduced online event.
Yes.
Obviously, during the pandemic, they had full, online, virtual conventions.
I think this one kind of is in line with Stay Tuned. Yeah, it was just one full day of just emails and live presentations. Something they did different this year was they were workshops. There were 2 workshops that you could virtually attend, and there were tutorial videos on how to style hair with Sal, one of our friends, and then another one on props and things with Elaine and Jason Kramer, who was a guest designer for one of the collaborations they did in the past.
I would definitely say this online event was structured really similarly to their other online events. They give you basically, a experience, quote unquote, through a series of videos that you watch. They were live streams, but W Club members were able to watch them, of course, after the fact as well. And so, again, this online event was open to all W Club members. The dolls themselves were a combination of right-to-buy lotteries and made-to-order. So, of course, in the case of lottery, not everyone who watched the event would necessarily be able to obtain them. So, again, the name of this event is Le Cirque Cabaret. So we already talked about, Clairvoyante Reina in our previous podcast, who she gave us a taste kind of the theme. Jesse Ayala, they went into more detail about, the design of that doll and everything in this event as well. But Le Cirque Cabaret, of course, as the name implies, is sort of a combination of, this grandiose, flamboyant circus theme, but with cabaret, which means there's some, sexy performance kind of. There's not a ton of lingerie per se.
I think just like nighttime clubby vibe.
Yeah, I would say it's a mix of those two themes. I would say, honestly, thematically speaking, I think the execution was pretty successful. They actually leaned into this theme more than I was expecting them to. So it's a very, very thematic collection of dolls. So we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into the dolls themselves. There is sort of a lot to talk about. The very first doll revealed was a boy. Le Maître de Piste, Cruz Clark. The name translates to the ringmaster, and this is it's the ringmaster of the circus.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because he definitely reminds me of like one of the Gems dolls. I think there was a Gem doll that was very similar to like a ringmaster. I think it was wearing gold. So it definitely harkens back to Gem.
To clarify real quick, the character that they're using for this, so Cruz was a character who was originally from the Dynamite Girls, which is like an OG, legacy line of IT. Many of the characters have been repurposed into more recent lines, David's lines predominantly, right? Yeah, like True and stuff like that. So this character, Cruz Clark, he returns here now using originally the Color Infusion Ace McFly sculpt, which is also used for Noah Faraday. We literally just talked about a Noah that was released for the Monarchs collection, and we commented on his handsome face. It is a very handsome sculpt, but yes, he's presented here as Cruz Clark, being the other character who we've seen in the True line as well, Cabot Clark's brother. So here, he's the ringmaster of the circus, and he has a beard, which, David mentioned it was a new beard developed.
I mean, definitely
for this character,
kind of like like eccentric looking beard with like the sharp corners.
Very
like
circus.
Very goatee. So I'm curious if they would use this beard again. I think it's a little too comical. Definitely fits the theme. I don't really like him, to be honest with you. I think he's one of the characters that are a little too on theme for my personal taste. Some of the individual pieces is kind of cool. It's just, I'm not a huge fan.
I think his jacket is amazing. I love the jacket, and they really highlighted that, in the event, because of course, as they revealed each doll, the designer of the dolls, spoke on a lot of the details and things like that. And one of the things David discussed with Elaine was that there's been requests for like more mature, quote unquote, like kind of like sexy male dolls and characters that, the term daddy came up. And so David, he wanted to deliver that with this doll. I love the jacket. I think the jacket is fabulous. His hair is also really nice. It's like a blend. It's like a unique blend of
black and gray.
Black and gray. So it's kind of a fun, like salt and pepper hair. Everything else as a full package, I agree it's a little too, I don't know. It's a very like retro kind of vest and shirt and stuff that are not completely my taste. Another issue I kind of have with this doll, I understand probably like why it's this size, because like to not smush his hair or whatever. The top hat looks way too large. Like the proportioning of the top hat looks like it's gigantic.
It is. You can probably fit his whole head in it.
Yeah,
but
like you could put literally his entire head.
He could definitely pull a rabbit out of that hat.
Yeah. So the hat is a little much. I think he's fun. He's not a must-have. I'm probably not going to enter for him.
Yeah, for $175, that's the special W Club price. And plus, $10 tariffs. He is a little pricey. Like we discussed in our last Integrity Toys video, I think unless we love something, it's going to be a pass.
Yeah, and he has an edition size of 950, which is one of the smaller edition sizes for this collection.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of large. Unless
in general,
for
yes.
a boy, it's kind of large.
Yeah.
So they have, high hopes that he will sell out.
I mean, I guess we'll see. Mm-hmm. But moving on, we then have, surprisingly, out the gate, we expected the Poppy Parker representation to be Poppy, but the first Poppy Parker collection character revealed was Ginger. So this is La Magicienne Ginger Gilroy. She is $170.
She is a made-to-order doll, and this is the first time that Ginger is not a ginger. She has brunette hair, and she's in the sun-kissed skin tone. At first glance, I thought it was Tulabelle from far away.
I could see that.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like Ginger.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed Ginger for this. So obviously she's a magician.
Oh, by the way, this is a collaboration between David Buttry and the designer in residence, Pamela Thompson.
Yes.
So I think this is the first time we actually seen both the designers in residence incorporate or announced into like actual like dolls that have been released.
There's a part of me that almost feels like a different character could have been used here, because it's just not giving like Ginger, or even like the storyline of Ginger so much either, like being Poppy's like friendly rival and stuff. I guess, but there are a lot of really cute elements. One of my favorite fashion pieces of hers is the little bow collar with like the bunny emblem, and David did specify that is removable.
I like the little bunny. I know it's a really cheap toy, but it's pretty cute.
It's flocked.
It's flocked, yeah. And the bag is really cute. It's like embroidered, and she comes with a lot of stuff actually, like little rings and like a deck of cards. So yeah, I mean, she's cute.
I get it for this style, but the full look creates a really interesting silhouette with the small cape and then the very form-fitting like pleather pants and stuff like that. Yeah. So she has a lot going on, like bulk, like on top, and then very svelte form-fitting, like on the bottom. She's fun overall. This was once again like a pass for me. I almost feel like if it felt more like a Ginger, like maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm gonna pass on her too. I think this will be the first Ginger I won't have in my collection.
Maybe same.
Yeah, I think we
I
have
have all
ginger.
or most of the gingers.
Yeah.
But there is some cool stuff here. Honestly, the rabbit accessory based on these pictures looks like one of the higher quality like animal accessories they've offered. David and Elaine, they talked about that briefly in this section of the event. They said they're kind of experimenting more with more like elaborate, or they alluded to like 3D modeled, like, sculpts for accessories like the bunny here. And there's going to be more like accessories like this and pets and animals in this collection that we'll get to.
I think we're skipping on her not because she's bad. I think it's not our personal taste, because I think overall she's a pretty cute doll.
So next, we are going to be talking about clownesque Naja rhymes. So if you are, a slightly longer term IT fan, you will know that historically speaking, there have been very, very, very few light-skinned Naja dolls. The very first Naja to be in the Japan skin tone was 2019's London show Naja from the Live from Fashion Week convention. And as, longtime IT fans know, that doll is an insane grail. Like, huge grail.
She honestly might have been my favorite doll at that convention.
So London Show was the lightest skin tone that had been used for Naja, but she has since been seen in the sun-kissed and Hungarian skin tones as well for printed pink and fit to print respectively. But I would say the clownesque Naja that we're talking about now, I would say this is only the second Naja that is almost albinism presenting Naja, kind of similar to London Show. And Jesse mentioned that specifically when they were discussing this doll in the event. He's like, oh yeah, he talked about the popularity of London Show and sort of trying to like recreate a similar moment. So yeah, this Naja is in the cream skin tone.
So Japan and cream are very similar. I believe Japan is more yellow leaning and cream is more pink leaning. So this is a little bit warmer tone.
This Naja also has pink hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to make any statements reaching into all of IT history, but I'm like, has there been a pink-haired Naja? No. Yeah, so really unique across the board, and this Naja is loud, thematic, crazy, flamboyant, girly, all over the place. I love her. I really like her, and we're pretty confident this is going to be one of the scenarios of like a really bold design choice from Jessie that ends up incredibly popular. So one really cool thing about this doll as well is, her hair is cotton candy pink, and they confirmed if you actually undo the braids on this doll, it's entirely like rooted curled hair. So they talked about, if you want to, you can undo the braids, and then she'd have entirely, I guess, like curly kind of textured hair a bit, which is really cool. But the little puffs at the end of her braids resemble cotton candy, which of course
so cute.
It's adorable.
Yeah. And I appreciate that she kind of has like two tops. She has like a white t-shirt looking top with like really interesting sleeves, almost like sailor sleeves.
And it has a balloon animal.
And a balloon animal on it, yeah. And then underneath, she can wear, it looks like she has kind of like almost like a bra top underneath, which is cute.
Yeah, and she has a really cute skirt with a bunch of like polka dot tulle. I really like her shoes too, like the almost kind of like
checker print.
Yeah, like a checker print, and there's like little pom-poms on the front. She's very to theme, but I imagine like redressers, repainters are gonna go crazy with this doll as well, just because it's a really unique Naja. So fun.
Yes.
She was the first one I entered for.
So it looks like she is probably the largest edition size.
As she should be.
She is 1,350. She's pretty large. But again, she's gonna be very popular.
Yeah. And of course, Jesse mentioned he wanted to do kind of a design aesthetic of a clown, but with a bit more of the contrast, and of course use of really cute like pastel colors and stuff like that. It's almost a little bit like a pastel clown, sort of.
Clown makeup, but like faded clown makeup.
Yeah. She's like desaturated almost a little bit, but she's really fun. Next up, we have La Femme Sablée Victoire Roux. you?
So she's supposed to be, I forgot what Chris said. It was like one of those like train corset or waist.
I think it literally might be called a waist trainer or something.
Yeah, waist trainer. So she kind of has a really interesting corset design where it has kind of like a hoop waist where like it fans out. She's cute. I think it's a very unique looking Victoire. I didn't know like it was Victoire at first.
Victoire is like the Poppy of East 59.
Yeah.
Like she's like really pretty, versatile. The doll herself is really pretty. I do really like the doll. She has gorgeous makeup. You know, I really appreciate the kind of the risk taking that Chris has been taking over the past few years with his designs, really thinking outside the box, like with the East 59th. I appreciate that. This doll's whole package wasn't totally a must-have for me, but she is a lot of fun. I do actually really like her almost like shoulder length like gloves.
Yeah.
I think those are really cool.
Like I really appreciate the hat, which has a comb in it, so you don't have to puncture her head with a needle. And I love her little like heart tattoo on her breast.
Oh, that was another thing I was gonna say too.
Yeah.
That is really cute.
So she's $165, and she's an edition set of 500, so she's very limited. I think I'm gonna skip on her. I do have a lot of Victoires, but she's a very, very unique Victoire, which I really appreciate. But yeah, like I love her leggings. Her legging has like a really cool like design on it. And like I said, it's really cool when Chris gets to, you know, leave his era for East 59th and try like different things with them.
Okay, and surprisingly, there's a second East 59th offering. La Chanteuse Lady Aurelia Gray. I have to be honest, I didn't identify this as Aurelia right away.
Oh yeah, same here. I mean, I definitely recognize her jawline, but this is a brand new screening for Aurelia, which I think she looks great. And
really different from
very
usual,
different,
yeah.
yeah. And then I love the short hair. I love the short hair with those little short bangs. She's very giving like roaring 20s. I love this doll. I think this is a very gorgeous doll. And for the price point of $165, you're getting quite a bit. She comes with props, she comes with an overcoat and a beautiful gown. There's different textures. She comes with a lot. I think this is like one of the knockout dolls.
Yeah, I think she is incredibly detailed. You know, you're almost always getting bang for your buck with, you know, East 59th in general.
That fur collar, so pretty.
The fur is fabulous.
And jewelry.
I do really like the gold print on it as well. I'm not completely certain of what the inspiration...
It's the Art Deco. Like Roaring 20s Art Deco.
Okay,
yeah.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The jewelry is stunning too. Her necklace is amazing. Some of the like the 20s style and like color palettes here and stuff like that are not super duper like my taste, but objectively speaking, this is a really cool, really unique, beautiful doll. Also, just the dress itself the construction of the dress is really unique.
Yeah,
kind of
it's like all this tulle just like spreading out from like
the dress. It's like an elevated concept of a mermaid dress. It's not like a stereotypical kind of, you know, mermaid dress silhouette. Like really unique design.
Honestly, if she was a little bit more pink, I think she would be like a love child between Glinda and Elphaba.
Oh my god, totally. She is totally like wicked colors. Yeah, it's very wicked colors. She has very vibrant green eyes as well.
She's very pretty.
Yeah.
I'm definitely entering for her. She's an edition size of 500, so wish me luck.
Oh wow, she's a really small edition.
Yeah, East 59 is kind of below. So next up, we have a couple fashion packs, which is kind of on par with these online events. Last one, like Seven Sins has a bunch of fashion packs. So I guess this one's more like Stay Tuned and Seven Sins. I completely forgot about Seven Sins.
Okay, so this is the Parure Facial fashion set, which translates to facial adornments. So basically what this is it's a high fashion spin on the bearded lady concept from like sideshows, you know, circus freak shows and things like that.
To be honest, I love the fashion, not so much the bearded part.
Yeah, it's more of like a cool concept in theory, maybe not so much in execution. Basically, she can hold this like rhinestone bedazzled piece that is shaped like a beard. It's almost in a sense like similar to like a masquerade mask,
so
sort
instead
of
like on your eyes, it's over
your face, bottom half of your face, your mouth. Yeah, the aesthetic. I don't know if it's like hitting in a way that like I'd want that, or I want a doll that can like pose like that. There's a part of me that's almost like if you were gonna do something like this, like give us a really bedazzled, like a crystalline beard or something, something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that I feel like might have been cooler than this. Like what almost looks like a fan or masquerade mask with like dotted with rhinestones.
Yeah, like something crystallized would have been really cool.
Yeah,
like metal, some kind of metal work.
Yeah, that I think would have maybe been cooler than this. I'm sure that might have been more complicated, costly, of course, to produce.
I love her outfit. I think I love everything about the outfit. One of the cool things that they showed in the video, I'm not sure if it's represented in the photos. Oh, there it is right here. You can see the flowers on the back of her hip. So it kind of gives that kind of like big hip thing that you saw in like the 1800s, like the women with like really big hips.
That is
silhouette,
really cute. Yeah.
It's just the color scheme. I love it. Yeah, my only thing is, I probably would not use the little beard accessory. I think this outfit looks great on its own. And this also makes me I think Chris should do like some like FR dolls. I think this kind of styling for their outfit is very like FR, and of course this is made for FR.
I would love to see Chris's take on FR in general. Actually, that would be really cool.
I love like the low hanging sleeves and puffs on their arms. So definitely this is a very cool fashion set. It is priced at $85. It's edition size of 550.
So we have another fashion pack, the La Dame au Caniche fashion set.
This one's made specifically for Poppy Parker. And I have to say, I was a little disappointed this was just a fashion pack. Because I think the presentation with this Poppy is gorgeous. And I'm sad I don't own this Poppy. I lost the lottery for her. And, I wasn't willing to pay over secondary price for her. But she's very cute. Like I think the red hair with this outfit is perfect. I think just the combination of it is beautiful. But let's talk about the fashion, because that's what this is.
I'm like literally the way I would immediately buy this fully dressed Poppy.
I know, seriously.
Really...
she completely upstaged the actual Poppy.
No, literally. I'm like, this doll is fabulous. I'm like, where's this one?
Yes.
But the fashion set itself is amazing. I love this fashion set, and it is this is once again a collaboration with designer in residence Pamela Thompson.
It's an edition size of 600, and it is pricey because it comes with quite a few things. It's $110, and
you know
I
what?
can see why.
That is pricey for a fashion set, but it's so beautiful. Like, sure, fine. I am so obsessed with I guess on individually you'd call it, is it sort of like a shrug, basically?
Yeah, it's like a shrug. Honestly, it reminds me of the shrug that comes with the Sleeping Beauty Nausea.
Sweet Dreams.
Yeah,
Nausea.
she had a shrug as well.
Yes, it is kind of that. I love the little like candy colored pearl embellishments on her corset and on her headband. She's very like candy colored.
And I love the hot pants with the ruffles, like two-tiered ruffles.
Everything.
Literally, there's
everything's
nothing
perfect.
On here. Seriously.
Everything's amazing. The hot pants are great.
And you're actually getting an actual dog this time, not like, what is that, the pinky one?
Oh, and like hands down, the best that I personally have ever seen, dog accessory, like I've ever seen from IT. Like this, you get the full proper, like an actual body sculpt of like a poodle.
Yeah,
it looks like.
Poodle,
yeah, with where it's not just a lump of fur over a teddy bear sculpt. Like this is a unique sculpt. The dog has like a little bow and a little bone collar. And for the dog, there's this super cute, like, little ball, which I'm assuming is that also like a clutch, like a purse.
It's a clutch, but it doesn't open. Yeah.
And what's funny is at a glance, it reminded me of like a beach ball, but also I guess you could say it could allude to hot air balloon. potentially for the circus theme. Maybe, I don't know, but
I know like lions used to like balance on like balls.
Yeah, there's a lot of like balanced balls in circuses and stuff like that.
Or elephants.
This is fabulous. Needless to say, we both entered for it. 10s across the board for that one. I agree. I'm really disappointed it wasn't just a doll in this outfit. Okay, so the next fashion set is the La Beauté Tatouée. That was how Carol pronounced it. You know what? If anyone speaks French, you can let us know if that's correct. This is the fashion set.
So this one is unique because it is made to order. What is the price set?
So this one costs $99.
Yes.
The W Club price. And it's like a two-piece set. And it is, you could say it is essentially a mermaid skirt. I was gonna say like almost like Illuminati vibes, kind of like the top, the hand with the eye or whatever. But there's a lot of imagery here. There's various graphic prints. We can see chains and a strong man and more like circus themed things. I do really like the little dagger that it comes with, and there's sort of like
we saw before with the Vanessa from last convention, also a dagger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I really appreciate that IT's been able to reuse certain like jewelry pieces that I would never imagine they would ever use again. There was a lot of like jewelries like snakes and like different types of like chains and things that were on theme for a certain release, and they were able to reuse it in a unique way.
So the doll shown in these promo images, Jessie basically confirmed that it is a prototype of what looks to be the clownesque Naja from this event, but with different hair. I mean, honestly, if this was sold as a full doll, I'd be like kind of down for that too.
Yeah.
The outfit is very cool. It's kind of out there. I like, kind of the crazy, like circusy imagery. And there's that really common like tattoo, like the knife, dagger through the heart on the shoes.
Yeah, it's definitely a really cool concept of how do you make a doll without tattooing the doll. So it's like a lot of pieces that look like skin with a lot of like cool like imagery on there. The gloves are a really like cool highlight too, where you get a second pair of hands and
the belt buckles.
Yeah,
those are cool. Yeah, and she also comes with tickets. The set comes with tickets. Just for more so budgetary reasons, I'm most likely not going to be ordering this one. It's a cool outfit. I also just can't really think of like which doll I would like put this on.
I feel like something from maybe like counterculture might be
Oh, that's true. I mean, yeah, that's true.
Something loud, yeah.
Finally, there is an accessory set, which is essentially 4 bags, 4 purses. 4 doll scale purses, and this is the Souvenir du Cirque purse pack. It has an edition size of 550, and this pack of 4 purses costs $80.
So each purse is $20.
Yeah, and I have to say, these are really nice doll purses. Many of them open and, they have like magnetic closures and stuff like that. There's an ice cream one, a queen card one, a hot air balloon, and what looks like a carton of popcorn. They're really cute. I wanted to buy this, but $80 for 4 little doll purses.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
The ice cream cone one looks very familiar. The Reina, the one in the denim. Yeah, Eye Candy had a purse like that.
Yeah, Eye Candy Reina Amadi had a similar concept where it was sort of like a puffball, like ice cream cone purse. These are super cute. I really like the hot air balloon and like the queen card purses. I think those 2 are really cool and really perfect for this collection. The price is just is really overkill for what these are. All right.
So this doll was not part of the 3 presentations. This one was revealed during one of the workshop live broadcasts. This one is La Phoenix. Rashad Rusi. He is a made-to-order doll, and he is priced at $175.
So really interesting use of sculpt here. This is the sculpt that was originally the Kyle Spencer sculpt from the American Horror Story collab, which was based on the likeness of actor Evan Peters, but this sculpt was later repurposed in The Monarchs as new character Rashad Rusi. Looking quite different here, but yeah, this doll is a very, risque, sexy, it looks like he's like a fire eater or like a fire toss. Yeah, flame master, fire toss, whatever. And he comes with a lot of really cool pieces. I am a big fan of his mesh tank that he comes with.
And he has a harness for you freaks out there.
He does have a harness. There's a lot of really fun, like, sexy pieces here for a sexy male doll. I am a big fan of his hair. I love the black highlights and the blonde. I think his hair is really cool. The little curly Q mustache, while I do understand is very on theme for circus, as my knee-jerk reaction to it when I saw it, I was like, that's a little bit of a harsh aesthetic for me. It is on theme for this, but luckily it is a removable nose ring piece. So if you don't want to keep it on the doll, you don't have to. He's very handsome without the little mustache. He's very handsome.
I also personally think he has the right kind of mustache that I like. That looks more realistic.
You mean the beard?
Oh yeah, the beard. Yeah, the beard looks more realistic than like stubs.
Yeah,
Stubble.
I like that he has a beard. I love the undercut sort of like he has flocking on one side of his head. Really like the hairstyle. I think this is an awesome, cool, sexy male doll. So I'm definitely going to be ordering him. He's one of the made-to-order dolls in this collection. His jacket is really awesome too.
Yeah.
He has a really cool jacket. It's
very detailed.
It is very
There's
detailed.
There's a lot of little like buttons on it.
And he has the little torches that look like really unique, like detailed, like action pieces.
I know, he's like an action figure.
Yeah.
I also appreciate that he comes with an additional playset stand. Yeah, he comes with the...
Like Reina, yeah.
Yeah. So if you pass on Reina, he does come with like the little like ticket box.
Yeah, I think he's great. He's really cool. Of the boys in this collection, he was my preference.
Yeah.
There was a Poppy after all. We thought we were talking and we were like, oh my gosh, really it's just Ginger?
It's like, does IT hate money? But there was a Poppy, and I knew from the get-go, Poppy's gonna be the acrobat, the trapeze artist. And yeah, it looks like she is
Le Realiste Poppy Parker.
This is a very safe Poppy. So she does have she has a new face screening, face screening. It's cute. I'm not a fan of forward-facing dolls in general. There is a little bit of wonk on this version, personally speaking. I think maybe the eyelash placing makes one of her eyes looks a little bit lower than the other, and she looks a little cross-eyed, but again, this is just the prototype. Maybe the actual release one will look better. I always think Poppy looks great looking sideways, but this is a very safe Poppy. Blonde hair, pink dress, very Galinda.
Yeah, I can't really add a ton to that. I completely agree. I think this is a little bit of a safe, generic-leaning Poppy, so I'm not going to be entering for her.
I do appreciate that she does come with that little quote-unquote playset, where it is kind of like an alternate like stand for her.
You could display her
on there.
This is totally like Integrity Toys version of Freak de Chic.
That's what I told you, Max. Stealing my lines. But yeah, I wish it was more of that, more of like stripes and kind of the more circusy. This one looks more like a ballerina.
No, I was literally gonna say that too. Yeah, it reminds me of like a ballerina.
Yeah.
But it's what's funny too is that, like I said this is saying, I was like, oh, she's a playset doll. That's why the doll herself is sort of like basic. It's like the Playline thing where it's like, you're getting a playset, so the doll's kind of simple.
I think the base doll is cute. I do love like silver sterling hair, and I think her face is cute, minus the log. But yeah, the dress, I don't know. It looks so simple. It also kind of shapeless too. The shoes are kind of cool. They were hyping it up because it kind of looks kind of like ice skating shoes. Like really cool heels. Overall, I think she's fine. She's definitely not gonna be like, oh my god, must have. But
yeah,
what's her edition size?
There's 1,350 of her, and
she is $175.
So, what ended up unexpectedly like being the final reveal doll, usually Agnes is a good like pick for a final reveal, but yeah, the final reveal doll for this event was Charmeuse de Serpents, Baroness Agnes von Weiss, and I guess she's supposed to be like snake charmer, sort of.
You know, I think Jessie did a good job with like snake motif with like the outfit. Kind of have like the rigids of like what a snake has, and then they talk a lot about
scales. Almost. It didn't originally occur to me that the dress itself makes her look like a snake.
Yeah. Okay.
I for whatever reason, I didn't initially put that together. But yeah, the train of the dress connects to like a wristband, like a bracelet, which is really cool. It almost gives like the perception of like a tail, kind of. So that's cool. I do like that concept. And then her head wrap also makes her look like a snake. The whole aesthetic sort of makes her look like a snake. So that's cool. I would say if you wanted to do something really crazy with that, you could have done something more metallic, holographic, like scaly. But I mean, then again, maybe this dress might have a sheen in person.
It looks like it's the same fabric that's used on Lilith at the upgrade doll. So it kind of has that kind of like sheen, shine.
That would be nice.
Yes, I believe that's what they were talking about. So it has a sparkle.
Yeah.
And then I like the corset kind of actually straps in the back. So it's not like a zipper or anything. You kind of have to strap it in. And the slits are pretty cool on the side. Like, you know how snakes have little slits on like the side of their heads.
I do think it's funny. You can see the articulation like opening like literally right there.
Yeah. To me, I think that dress is cool and the concept is cool. My only issue is this color palette has been done to death. A ginger and a green dress. Guys, it's 2025, almost 2026. Let's move on from that concept. Plus, I feel like the designers aren't talking to each other because the last Elise is a redhead in a green dress.
We just talked about her too, yeah.
And we just had an Agnes in this lime green. I forgot what his name is.
Oh, Sensational Soiree. Yeah, from Moments. Yeah, she was 2023, 2024. But yeah, very, very similar color palette.
And also she reminds me a bit of one of my favorite Agnes, Madly, Truly, Deeply, which was also not a redhead in a green dress. Or actually, it was kind of more of a yellow. I would actually appreciate if this doll was in any other color than green. Snakes come in other colors than green, so I think they could have used a different color. I would think maybe even like a shiny black or red would have been a really cool color, even yellow. I mean, I think the construction of the dress and everything she comes with is pretty cool. I love her purse. Looks kind of like a fainting couch.
Yeah, the purse is really cool. Her snake-shaped accessories are awesome. There is a part of me that feels like there's like a missing element here. I almost feel like if she had a shawl or a shrug, something, it would make the look feel a little more like complete. The accessories are great. I do love the concept. Jessie's really good at like shapeliness.
The way
he does a really it's so snatched. It's like it looks really nice, and that's hard to do on like dolls. Yeah, so the way it hugs her body is amazing. Yeah, I think the total package, and definitely I think like what Sang said, the colored scheme and stuff like that is not completely speaking to me. I think for a final doll, I don't know if this is, a total like va-va-voom, like final doll reveal for the event, but it's Agnes. Agnes is usually cool and pretty.
And like most Agnes, she's probably gonna be very popular. So this one is a made-to-order doll. She's priced at $185 plus shipping, handling, and tariffs, whatever it is, when she arrives in spring. The doll itself is pretty. I love gingers. I love the green eyeshadow. But just looking at the Agnes I have, I don't know. I need another one that has the same kind of makeup and hairdo and hair color.
That was all the dolls and all the everything offered. As a whole, I think this was a very cute event. I think in terms of the dolls, there were some really great options. I personally appreciate that they really leaned into the theme. We've talked a lot about themes and, thematicness on our channel, And I have said multiple times before that I really want that. Like when they're going to have these event themes, I want them to lean into it and have really fun thematic dolls. It makes the events feel more almost like festive. Like we said, for personal highlights, I loved Naja, the Poppy Fashion Pack, and Rashad. It's cool that, you know, they offered like 2 boys, but there were also a lot of, you know, like girls to choose from as well. Something we do have to address is the fact that each of these dolls in the online event was revealed with a very obviously AI generated animation.
Yes. It is a trend that we have seen on Instagram a lot. Certain collectors have been posting like, you know, runway footage of their dolls. We here in Choi Chat are against the use of AI in that context, even in through like an ethical issue of, you know, the information and things that come with AI usage is also horrible for the environment as well. How much energy and resources AI uses, even though like, yeah, this might be a little fun, kind of quick little thing that's for the club. I think a company that's called Integrity Toys should have a bit more integrity in terms of nurturing talent rather than what they feel like is a quick, easy, fun little piece that is, in our opinion, detrimental to creatives and to the environment.
Just piggybacking off of that for context as well, Sang and I are artists with design backgrounds, and AI generated video and imagery and things like that are harmful to the environment. They're harmful to creatives and artists. AI models are trained on creative work of others who are not properly compensated or credited at all. Of course, this specifically with like the bringing images to life or whatever with AI generated like quote unquote animation, it also just didn't look good. Integrity Toys, and I would say the doll community as a whole, there are many creators and stop motion artists and things like that IT could have reached out to. They could have hired to do something like that for this event. It was really disappointing to see, and it did not look good.
And also it brings up the ethical situation of, is this something they're going to continue to do? Is it going to expand beyond just these stop motion things they do for presentations? Or will they be using AI for like packagings, which has been a controversy in the past, where the Return to Misty Hollows had some questionable artwork on the box. The W Club clarified that it wasn't, but we're not sure. And, you know, like, when does this translate into loss of jobs for, you know, the designers? What does this mean towards in the future? What will they use?
It was purely a factor of cost cutting for a silly little gimmick that makes some people ooh and ah for 5 seconds. And it's like, you know, again, just
you can definitely look past and say, oh, hey, it's just a nothing burger. But just, you know, that's fair. If you believe that, that's your opinion. At the same time, even if you think it's not a creative issue, just the amount of energy and resources to create those images.
Again, like I said, at its worst, it's a little bit of a slap in the face to this community full of artists and creators and animators, customizers and stop motion people who could have hired them, or they could have, like, some people might have even, I'm not a proponent of pro bono work, but it's like, you know, some people might have, like, you know, volunteered, or they could have paid a small artist or something like that to help with this. It was also just silly too, because it was so brief and bad looking. It's like, you didn't even need to do it. Like, you didn't even need to include it. And also the problem is what you're seeing in those little AI generated animations, that's not the doll. The doll doesn't look like that. Like, the angles you're seeing, like, it's AI generated, it's fake, it's not real. You're not getting a better look at the doll.
There's some stills where those characters do not look at all like the dolls. Yeah, like, especially for Naja. I'm not sure we're gonna actually show it here, but Naja in particular looked really bad in terms of, like, the way she was animated. I mean, I am disappointed in IT for doing that. Hopefully they learn from this experience. It's a Pandora's box that I don't think they should open. Like, the trust we have in their brand, you know, it's something you don't want to lose.
The live chat that was going off when these videos were posted, there were a lot of IT fans commenting and like debating in the comments over like appropriateness and ethics of them using AI. And there were some people who were sharing our opinion and were upset about it and disappointed to see it. We don't approve of that. We do not condone that. That was disappointing to see. That's our thoughts on that. So we'll step down from the soapbox now. But yeah, as a whole, this was a nice event, I would say, with some nice offerings. We're definitely, going to be entering for some things. If you guys would like to see reviews of if we obtain anything, because we're entering for some very popular things. So we'll see how it goes. Hey everyone, this is future / closer to the present Max chiming in for a slight update, because since Sang and I originally recorded this podcast, the lotteries for this event have closed. The results have gone out, and I just wanted to share that in total, I was fortunate enough to win Clownesque Naja and the Poppy Parker Fashion Pack, while Sang won Aurelia and the FR Fashion Pack. He unfortunately entered and lost for Naja and the Poppy Pack. So yes, we are planning to review this stuff, so stay tuned for a closer look once we have them all on hand.
I think, there's a little bit of something for everyone. If you're into really cute dolls, there's Poppies, and if you're into some more like thematic ones, there's Agnes.
Vampy, sexy. I agree. I think there was a really nice spectrum here. I think
if you're into boys, there's 2 boys this
time.
time.
It was
crazy.
I think this was very solid in terms of designs and doll offerings and variety. We just don't like AI.
Yes.
Those were our thoughts on the Le Cirque Cabaret collection and online events. Definitely, share your thoughts. Let us know what y'all thought of everything. So as always, there's going to be more to discuss about IT in the future, and hopefully maybe we'll be able to review some of this stuff. So stay tuned to our channel, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.